Almost every hover car I build uses the same 6 parts. These are simple materials that are cheap, fairly easy to find, and incredibly useful for scratch building sci-fi cars. Today I'm going to show you what they are and how I use them on my builds. Let's check them out. The first item on the list is your personal computer fan filter mesh. I buy these in a pack of 10 on Amazon, and this pack here cost me under $7. I use this mesh in several different ways. On my post-apocalypse vehicles, it makes excellent window armor. Doesn't matter if you need to see, as long as you're protected. You can make a custom grill insert for your post-apocalyptic Buick. I use it as intake filters for my hover vehicles. The mesh can also be used as a design element, as you can see down the center of this Pink Lady Z and the hood intakes. This van, I call the Albatross, uses the mesh as a design element, an intake, and a heat shield for the exhaust. One thing to take note of, these are not cut square from the factory. I've noticed that if you line this up, you can see that the holes fade off. So what you need to do if you want these to be square is to line your square up with one row of holes, or the gap between the holes. You can line up that gap and cut your line and use that as your square line before you do any gluing. Another thing to note is this is difficult to glue. It won't glue with your standard model cement. It's even difficult to glue with super glue. My best adhesive is E6000, and it's very tacky, and I make sure that when I glue this to get that E6000 in some of the holes, and it really holds tight. So just a note. The second material I use a lot of is styrene staircase made by Plastruct. These come in 4 different railroad scales: N, H, O, and G. So they are staircases for railroad scenery. And what makes these great is the spacing. You can use the styrene staircase to make a very aggressive grill on your very aggressive Chevelle SS hover car. Very aggressive Porsche 911 says, "Hold my beer." Here's a look at the styrene staircase on my 63 Impala, the undercarriage. On my Air Drift Celica, I used the styrene staircase to separate the fenders from the body to give it that wide body kit look. Hey, would you look at that? There's that mesh again. I used it to cover the taillights and the section under the trunk lid. Looks pretty cool. The third part that I use a lot of is a new part to me, and that is nylon gears. I purchased a pack of 100 random nylon gears from Amazon, and I believe it was around $10. I purchased these for a special project, and since I did that project, I've been using these quite often due to the insect invasion. My Model T Ford Spider uses plenty of gears. Every joint has a nylon gear. Some have two. I often use styrene sheet of various thicknesses. I tend to go with the 0.03. This 0.015 is very thin. The 0.03 has a little bit of rigidity to it, and I use this quite often. It also comes in a cinder block style, and you can use that for your dioramas. But I use styrene sheet for fabricating custom panels, for armor plating, structural parts, and just anytime I need to make something, I craft it out of styrene sheet. Styrene tube and styrene rod. Tube is hollow, rod is solid, and it comes in square, round, and even rectangular. I use the round the most. And if you do any scratch building at all, you're probably familiar with all of these already. Styrene tube is perfect for building thrusters, exhaust ports, and anything you need a hollow tube for. Here's a little side note. You've got styrene tube, styrene rod. When you need a nice gradual radius on a tube, it's best to use styrene rod. It's solid, and when you use a flame or any type of heat, you get these really good looking bends. Look at that, it's perfect. On the other hand, if you try to do the same thing with styrene tube, you get these nasty bends. That's not going to work. This hover taxi uses plenty of styrene tube. You'll see in the engine compartment, I've got styrene tube on these intakes. I've got styrene tube that was bent. You have styrene tube for the thruster ports and this side port. And more styrene tube. And as far as styrene sheet, I built the rear wing and the rear intakes out of styrene sheet, as well as the split visors. Very useful. Styrene tube. And check out the undercarriage on this bad boy. Gundam galore. So the fifth item is Gundam pieces. And as you can see, I've got everything categorized in a wonderful, organized system, like the Dewey Decimal System. But I've got a ton of Gundam pieces. So many that I can't get the drawers open. There's Gundam pieces and many of these as well. I need to organize. Every couple of months, I have to go through and sort parts out, and it is a nightmare. There's many times I wish I could just throw this out and start over from scratch. This is just a small example of the Gundam pieces I have, but I use these all the time. They're such intricate, detailed pieces. And, a piece like this, it looks like a turbine, a jet turbine of some kind. That's quite a few Gundam parts. And it looks pretty cool. These are Gundam. That's Gundam as well. These are styrene tube for the side ports, the side thrusters. The jet vet is comprised of so many Gundam parts. The side thrusters, and check out the undercarriage. There are so many parts under there. You could build a full robot out of those parts. Gundam piece in the trunk. My VW bus, the Fly, uses all 5 elements. If you look at the wings, you'll see the mesh. I used it as a lightweight material for the wings. All the plates on the exoskeleton were made from styrene sheet. Very thin styrene sheet. And it easily forms around the body parts when it's glued. Every rivet was made from styrene rod, very small diameter. You can see all kinds of Gundam pieces in here. The antennae are Gundam. The spinal cord was made from a bent styrene rod and covered with rings of styrene tube. The rear thrusters are made with styrene tube, brown styrene tube. The cylinders, the hydraulic cylinders are all made with styrene tube. Here's that styrene stair for this cool light effect underneath the Fly. I wanted the Fly to appear as if it was radioactive, and that styrene staircase makes a nice grill cover. When I talk about styrene tube, we typically think of round tube, but this Fly uses square tube for the legs. The base of each Fly leg segment is made up of styrene tube that's square. And I use plenty of different sizes. You can see all kinds of Gundam parts for the legs, covering that square tube. Most of these exoskeleton parts on the legs are Gundam pieces. And you can see I've also added the nylon gears. At each leg joint, there's a nylon gear to make it appear that the legs move mechanically. You can see there's some nylon gear on the mandibles. One of my favorite builds of all time. Love the Fly. So those are the materials that show up on almost every one of my builds. None of the materials are very expensive, with the exception of the Gundam kits. I would say I purchase a $25 Gundam kit every 3 hover cars. If you enjoy building custom models or dioramas, I highly suggest trying some of these out. If you have a favorite scratch building material that you use all the time, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next build.